We're in Durango, and here we're right on the rail line, the narrow gauge rail line for the Durango-Silverton train. So here in Durango, they do have a county historical museum. It's the Animas Museum, and it's housed in the 1904 schoolhouse. Let's go check it out. So this is the clock face and some newel posts from the old county courthouse. It was torn down in 1964, and they say the residents have regretted it ever since, and that was what got them started on forming the historical societies that were eventually came together in 1976 to start taking care of their heritage and protecting it. Wow, what a great experience. You gotta come check out the Animas Museum when you're here in Durango. It's completely free. It runs on donations. It's actually 3 stories within the schoolhouse, a basement and then 2 stories with movies and lots of displays and folks with tons of information. And then they also have 2 outbuildings. So really great experience. Thanks so much to the Historical Foundation for keeping the history going here in Durango.
And for Charles for giving us all that information.
Charles was fantastic. He greeted us. We sat down in the classroom at the desks, and he gave us an overview of the history of Durango and Animas City, which is actually where we're standing now. It's now part of Durango, but it was here first, Animas City, and then Durango came in. So just a wonderful experience. Check them out when you're here in town.
Wow, that was great.
Fired Up Pizzeria. Everything was exceptional, really. I mean, it was all fresh. It was really good, fantastic service.
Yeah, fantastic service. We had stuffed mushrooms that aren't fried at all. They were phenomenal. The pizza was phenomenal, and arugula salad, yes.
Really, really, really good. And we have this walking by every 10 minutes. And now it's starting to rain on us.
Yeah, here we go. Here in Durango is the very first Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. We're gonna go in and check it out. It, let's see, opened in 1981. Well, we, of course, you've got to get something from the first.
Oh, it's the very first. How could you just pass it up? So, and it was time for dessert anyway.
Right.
So I had the dark chocolate almond cluster.
And I had the milk chocolate peanut butter, peanut caramel cluster. That's a mouthful. And it was a mouthful. I mean, it is a mouthful. We got them, and yeah, you know, they have one of these in Galveston that we pass, and normally it's raining right now, so we don't see the big bear that sits outside.
He's sitting in the window instead.
Oh, yeah.
He's staying dry.
Right here. And in Galveston, he sits outside too. So
But in Galveston, we have La King's. So that's interesting that two chocolate companies are right down the street from each other in the historic district of Galveston. And we've seen Rocky Mountain now all over Colorado.
Yeah.
And they do. That's pretty delicious.
Well, it makes sense that it's from Colorado.
But to find the very first one, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now it's raining on us again.
Yeah, we got to get back.
This morning we're up early. I'm super excited. This is something I've wanted to do since I first heard about it in the mid-90s. We are riding the steam train between Durango and Silverton, Colorado. And we're doing it in an open air gondola so we can get great video and pictures for you.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Here we go.
What do you want to do? Heading to Silverton.
This is awesome. And look at this view. Welcome to the big bustling town of Silverton, Colorado. We hear it's a population of about 700. It's an old mining town with still has dirt roads. And the train, we have about a 2-hour layover here, so there's restaurants and things in town. We actually ate here at High Noon Hamburgers. It was very good. And a tip for you, if you do bring the train up, you want to make sure if you're planning to eat, I would do a little research ahead of time, figure out where you want to go. Some of the restaurants weren't open today, so you want to be able to get off the train and get to the restaurant you want to eat lunch at, because otherwise you're going to be waiting a while, because everybody who rides the train eats lunch in Silverton. But it was pouring down rain when we got here. The blue skies are starting to come back, so we're hoping for a nice trip back to Durango.
Yeah, we tried to eat at the Shady Lady right there.
Yep, we tried to eat at the Shady Lady. It's an 1880s brothel, apparently, but it was closed.
So here we came back to the train depot because we wanted to go through the train museum. Yeah, they have a pretty good sized train museum here, and the best thing about it is it's free. So we're gonna go in and see what it's all about.
Well, this is really cool. We just came through a door from the museum and we are standing in the roundhouse for the Durango-Silverton Railroad. Very cool, and they're working right over here.
This is pretty cool. This is a caboose from 1886, and this thing is like complete. It looks like they could use it today. And it's really cool.
So the Durango-Silverton Railroad Museum, wow, there is a lot more here than just railroad stuff. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a community museum as well. I mean, it's another free community museum. They had military stuff in there and cars in there. And
the first replica of the first plane that flew here in Durango.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think we saw in the other museum that plane was brought in by train before it flew. So interesting stuff here. And again, totally free. I love it.
Yeah, it was really neat. Worth your time, definitely. Most of the people seem to come in here right when they bring their rail back. It got busy once the first train that comes back in the afternoon got here.
Yep.
But when ours got here last night, when we got back, it was too late. I think it closed before.
I'm not sure, and even if it had been open, I don't think we would have had the time to really go through it. And
no.
You want time for this one because there is a lot to see.
There is, yeah, it's worth doing. So don't just come and take the Durango-Silverton train. Also come to the museum here, and it's back. You got to walk through the train yard basically because it's where the roundabout is. You know, we showed you that. Yeah, they're still working on the cars and everything here. And a lot of the cars that are in the museum are part of the roundabout. They're in it, so they can move them out if they need to.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Well, it was Friday night, and at the Lone Spur Cafe, right here, they have prime rib, starting at 5 o'clock. So we planned on being here right at 5. We got here about 5:15. Thank God we were the second ones in, so I could get the rarest cut I could get, because, oh yeah, and it was incredible. Yeah, I have a little container here, but no, I ate the whole thing. This is just the fats and scraps that I'm gonna take to Star, and she is gonna be one happy puppy tonight, for sure. And Stacy had a sirloin, right? Which was phenomenal too. Hey, the reason why we came is we've gone to a couple other places as we've been around, not here, but other places that have prime rib specials, but the price was just way too high. They are very, very fair here, but key is you have to get here early, because right as we're walking out, and it's almost 6:15, they only had one piece left. So you better come early if you want the prime rib. The food was phenomenal, and the pricing was very fair. The service was very good. Strongly recommend Lone Spur Cafe. It's Saturday morning, and we're going to the Durango Farmers Market. Let's go.
So the other day we had a fantastic meal at Fired Up Pizza on Main Street here in Durango. Today they're at the farmers market cooking breakfast pizza. Yes, please. And check out their oven. This is actually how they started before they had the Sticks and Bricks restaurant.
And what did we order on ours?
It's a breakfast pizza, so it comes with olive oil, cheese, eggs, and we added prosciutto. Ooh, fancy.
Check that out. That's our pizza. Prosciutto, egg, mozzarella, basil, and a little bit of olive oil. Yes. Here, let me try it real quick. That's incredible. we're gonna have to stop filming because Stacy's gotta have some of this real quick.
Another great farmer's market. Oh my gosh.
Colorado, wow. I mean, it definitely Durango and Cortez.
This region, I tell you what, the produce here is fantastic. And you have ranching, so you have meats as well. Just phenomenal.
It really is. I mean, it rivals Des Moines, Iowa, for sure. It's got a lot more leafy greens than you get in Des Moines. But wow, and they're big, a lot of vendors, a lot of farmers.
Great prices.
Good coffee. We had some good coffee and that pizza, and wow. Yeah, when we're back, we will definitely go back to these farmers markets for sure.
Oh my gosh, yes. And now we got lucky. Finally, we're somewhere during one of their festivals. Today, just by chance, happens to be the Cowboy gathering here in Durango in downtown. So we got here, we went to the farmers market, which is just like a block off of Main Street. And now we're gonna head over to check out the party, the festival. There's a parade. Let's go see.
Yeah.
Awesome. How fun was that? And by the way, that is Colorado's largest motorless parade. So Steamworks Brewery here in Durango was recommended to us by Kim and her staff at the park we stayed at in Cortez. Fantastic. We really enjoyed it. Tom had a gyro. I had a tuna bowl. Both were really good, and the beer flights were very good. Loved it. Welcome to our campsite here in Durango, Colorado. This is United Campground, site number 52. We are just north of the town of Durango. And our friends Greg and Carolyn recommended this campground to us. They've stayed here before. Hey guys, and what we really like about this campground is our view. We are about 15 yards from the railroad tracks that bring the Durango-Silverton trains through several times a day, but no trains run at night. So it's a ton of fun to sit out here and wave at people as the trains go by. It's a beautiful view. Other than that, we've got trees and a tent section. They do have a tent section in this park. Our site is 30 and 50 amp full hookup. It's a pull through on gravel. We didn't have trouble getting level, but it's not extremely long. There are a few longer sites in this park, but a lot of them tend to be a little short, so that's just something to know. And it's a little tight to get in and around, but it's been quiet, it's been clean, the people are really nice. And just a little bit down the road here, there's a park where you can take your bikes to get on the bike trail to go along the river into town. We had meant to do that, but most of the days here we got a good amount of rain during our stay. Seems to be what's happening to us lately, so we didn't get that in. We'll have to do it next time. But other than that, this has been a really nice stopover, and we look forward to our next destination, which we just found out this morning we're going to Albuquerque. So making changes as we go. So make sure you're subscribed so you'll be along for the fun and more adventures. Until next time, y'all, safe travels and happy camping. Bye.